Hi, Liz.
Hi.
So I'd like to introduce you to Liz Weintraub, who's today's guest for the Human Perspective. I've known Liz for a long time, knew her parents not as well as I know Liz, and it's really an honor to have you here. So tell us a little bit about you, Liz. You're a very strong and highly respected self-advocate. Why is self-advocacy so important to you?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. It's a great honor to be talking to you as a disability advocate. I have respected you and followed you for years. I guess for me, the word advocate, self-advocate, I'm a self-advocate when I talk to my husband, when I talk to you about whether I wanted to do this, when I talk to my boss about what I want to do for my job. But when I'm on the Hill,
On the Hill means when you go to Congress.
When I'm on the Congress, I'm talking to people about the Medicaid fight.
Mm-hmm.
And all summer I was on the Hill to talk about that. I'm not just there for me, and I can't be. When I do my I have a video show a YouTube show called Tuesday with Liz, which I know that you were a guest before, or will be, and when I do those, I'm not a self-advocate. I can't be. I'm an advocate.
Good.
And so that's the one thing I wanted to say about who I am. But who I am personally is I believe in advocacy. I believe in doing what I would like. I believe that people have the right to say no, or no if they don't want to do something. I believe that people can work and go to school just like everyone else.
So, for me, I've been having a lot of questions about the term self-advocate for exactly what you're saying. I prefer the word advocate. You're an advocate, I'm an advocate, and exactly as you said, you advocate for yourself and you advocate with others. So, for me, I guess I like the term advocate, period. Let's move on. So, could you tell us, you're married.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about your husband?
Sure. My husband, Phil, is we met at People in the Gulf, which is a self-advocacy organization here in Maryland. I wouldn't say that he's as strong of an advocate for himself. He's a great advocate for others. He'll talk about why people need to work and live in the community and go to school with everyone. But when it comes to himself, it's hard for him. I met him. It was truly a self-determination story. I fell in love with him from day one, from the moment I saw him. But he was dating someone else, and he had no interest in me. It was just a friendship in his eyes.
In the beginning.
Yeah, nothing more. And so I followed him, and I kind of help him to say, I'm here. And he had no interest in me. And finally, his roommate played a joke on his girlfriend, and they broke up because the girlfriend was so fed up with that. And I kind of slipped in, and we've been married for 12 years. It will be It will be 13 years in May, and I tell that story because that's who I am. If I want to do something, I'll do it. I was talking to someone yesterday about some changes in my life, and she was reminding me that if you want to do something, nothing will get in your way, and nothing got in my way with Phil either.
I think it's a great story. Now you have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
As you were mentioning. You've been doing your program, Tuesdays with Liz. Why did you want to start this program?
When I was little, my family would always talk about politics and the policies of the day. My father was an editor and publisher of a local newspaper in the area. And so politics was what we grew up in.
In my house too.
Yeah. And we were sitting around the table. It's funny that we're sitting around now. And when my father would talk about the day, the policy of the day, I would be like, well, what's going on? And no one would explain it to me. They would say, well, you'll need to find out yourself. Go away, or whatever. And so once I had the opportunity, I said that I wanted to do something for my friends. So this is truly Tuesdays with Liz, and for me, it's for my friends.
It's a great story because the human perspective, I started as an opportunity for friends and people I don't know to learn about disability leaders around the world and in the United States, people with all kinds of disabilities and all kinds of backgrounds, to help really share information and let people learn that we're like everybody else. So, Liz, you've had many great jobs, and currently you're working with AUCD, the Association for University Centers on Disability, and doing policy work with them. And now I hear you're going to be doing something different for a few months. Could you share with us what you're going to be doing?
Yes. I had the great honor and the great privilege of being named a disability fellow with Senator Robert Kennedy from Pennsylvania.
Senator Robert Casey.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, Bob Kennedy was a great guy too.
Yeah.
So you're going to be a fellow with Senator Casey's office?
Yeah.
When is that going to happen?
January till on the end of April.
The end of April. Well, I think that's going to be really great. What are you hoping to learn?
It really began by saying to my boss, as I told you, politics is in my blood. I grew up in politics. And I'm curious about the Hill. What is the Hill like? And if I don't, yes, I go once a week, or maybe twice a week for an hour for meetings, but it's not the same as working there. So I'm not sure what to expect, and I'm not sure what I will get out of
being there.
Yeah, being in there. I don't know what I don't know. I think I know. I think I have an idea, but I'll be surprised.
I don't know what I don't know. I think is a great phrase because that's like everything in life. We don't know what's happening next. But I work, so for people watching, the Hill is where our Congress is. So it's senators and members of our Congress. And where they work, we call the Hill. And I worked on the Hill for about 1.5 years, many years ago, and I learned so much. So we're coming close to the end of our filming, and I'd appreciate, Liz, could you give a message to people watching? If there's one thing you could tell people, what would you like to tell them?
That I think you need to be determined. You need to do what you want to do, but not in a bragging way. You need to be on. You need to listen to people, of course. That's the number one thing. And be respectful. The golden rule. Do
unto others as you would want them to do.
But on the other hand, if you want to go and be in love with Phil Weintraub, then follow your dream.
Follow your dream. That's great. And I think, Liz has not only followed her dream with her man, her now husband, but she's also followed her dream in the area of employment. And I think that's very important that Liz really look her up. She said, we'll give you a link. She's had many really great jobs. And I think Liz is a real example for someone who is an advocate for herself and for others and really believes that all things are possible. And she's making them happy. So thanks so much, Liz, for being with us. And have a great fellowship.
Thank you.